Welcome back to another episode of Hello, Ladies, where feminism meets pro wrestling. We are your hostesses with the mostesses. I am Sabrina,
And I'm MJ.
and we're gonna we're gonna be fortune tellers as well as wrestling fans today.
Oh, I like that. This is right up my alley.
Oh yes, very magical.
So, with that being said, Sabrina, tell us what we're going to talk about today.
So we are going to talk about who we think wrestlers wise is going to have like a stellar breakout next 6 months since we are, well, I guess technically we're in, no, July, yeah.
I
We
think
are halfway through.
today's actually exactly halfway through the year, which is weird.
Suckers.
That we're filming this, I should say. That we're filming this.
Yes, yes. So, yes. So we are going to be grabbing our crystal balls, rubbing our
Shine it
balls,
up real nice.
hmm and seeing who's really gonna go for it in the next
Yeah,
6 months.
I love that. So with that being said, let us know in the comments who you think is going to have either a breakout next 6 months or a stellar next 6 months of their career, or a career that could turn everything around and change it. Just saying. And make sure that you like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons, do all the things.
Do a little dance, make a
Make a
little
little
love,
love.
get down tonight. It's been a while since I've done that one.
Watch wrestling tonight. Watch wrestling
Woo!
tonight. We're definitely not filming this the day that Dynamite 300 is on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been trying to avoid spoilers for that and for SmackDown because they um filmed so Raw was 2 hours early this week so they could film SmackDown after it so that the wrestlers would have the holiday
Oh, Fourth
off.
of July off. That's nice.
hmm Some nice changes. Triple H has not done some great things, but I feel like he is doing better by the wrestlers as a whole.
I agree.
They get like Christmas and New Year's, Thanksgiving, 4th of July.
Yeah.
At least it seems like most of the bank holidays. Maybe not like Memorial Day and shit, but
Yeah. That part's cool.
hmm All
Oh
right.
man. Do you
So
want to go first, lady?
yeah, do you want to just like we'll bounce back and forth?
Let's do it.
All right. So Jordan Grace. Um
Ah, great one.
as as we know, if you've been listening for a bit, I am a Jordan Grace girly. Um, it was solidified when I met her, and she is my height, and she was just a sweet pea. And I love her. I'm so happy that she's in WWE. I think she's gonna crush it. Um, and I see
Yeah.
her like I know like some people I think were a little upset that she didn't make the jump from NXT into onto the main roster after WrestleMania like a lot of other people did.
hmm
But like, where is she gonna be like slotted in is the question. I'd rather her spend some time in NXT
hmm
and then transition over with like the main roster will already know her because a lot of people already do, but I think she'll get more of a lore behind her in NXT. And just, I see her debuting on the main roster in the next 6 months. I would love to see her in like a War Games.
Oh my God, yeah, that'd be so perfect.
Like, yeah, give me all the Jordan Grace.
Women's War Games is gonna go so hard this year. It's in San Diego too. I'm tempted to go out for that, but that's gonna be so expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
But very cool.
hmm
Great choice. I feel like I went with an easy one because I went with Stephanie Vaquer,
Yeah, she
which
was on my
like
list.
to be honest, like that's such an obvious one. I actually have kind of a bold prediction to make right now as it stands in July. And obviously, a lot could fucking change between now and the next 6 months, but I'm calling 2026 Royal Rumble winner Stephanie Vaquer. I'm calling it
Oh,
today as it stands.
that's a good one. Yeah, she's one of the things I feel like we even see a lot of people starting to do her cosplay. And
hmm
that's such a huge thing. Like not only are people really behind her, but women are dressing like her with the horns. Like
Hmm.
that's I think the horns are one of the smartest things she possibly could have done.
Well, her horns were the ones that have like the little red jewels on them were actually made by a cosplayer on Wrestle Talk
Ah,
who has cosplayed as her before. She made them for her. I don't know what the backstory is there, but she made a whole video where she was like basically crying because she's seeing her horns on fucking WWE television, you know?
I think like if I was her, I probably would have cried so hard I would have thrown up. Like just
Yeah.
like
It's and cosplay who did it. Yeah. She also has a really cool like Liv Morgan one. And she loves Danhausen too. She's done Danhausen before as well.
always a good one.
Yeah.
We don't
But
know
yeah,
anyone who likes to do Danhausen cosplay around these parts.
I mean those people are usually kind of weird, but I'll let it slide this time.
I mean, definitely weird. Definitely weird.
Hambone said you need to get on the R Truth tickets, by the way. There's only 200 available. That's what he just texted me.
Well, I sent them to my friend, so we'll see.
That would be pretty cool.
I know that because that's
R Truth, for reference to everybody listening who doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, R Truth is doing a meet and greet in New York for only like $40, which is a fucking steal.
an hour from me, not even. And it's not only for the meet and greet, it's for his concert.
Oh, that's crazy good.
Yeah. It's the only thing that might be a problem is I'm 1,000% sure
Hmm.
that is SummerSlam weekend. And I have tickets to SummerSlam,
Ooh, I see, I see.
which also tells me our truth is not on SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I wonder if he booked that in like the week that they let him go.
yeah.
And he was like, too bad, I'm going. I gave them my word. He seems like the kind of dude that would do that.
Hmm.
That being said, our truth is on like talking about like an easy one. Our truth. Like
I just
he's
let me cross that off my list over here.
yeah, he obviously is like gonna pop off.
Yeah,
Like
I love it.
I'm here for it.
I want him to hold the belt. We've talked about this before. He would beat Vince's record, oldest WWE champion. Would love that.
All about that life, yeah.
I need it. It would fuel me.
Yeah, and like it's not like we're saying he needs an epic run. No. I don't care if someone cashes in
Mick
on him the
Foley.
next day.
Mick Foley's a WWE champion. How short was that fucking run?
Yeah,
Yeah, Triple H just won it back almost instantly, right?
I think so, yeah.
It was really short, but still, he's a legend.
Yeah. Would absolutely love to see that.
Hmm.
That being said, I also want to see like in this 6 months, um, our truth like dealing with some of his more like greatest hits. Like they touched on him and Damian Priest again.
Yeah,
Love. Um, from y'all the
those two together are great. You know, I don't love Damian Priest, but what our truth brings out of Damian Priest, it
hmm
reminds me of what Sami Zayn brought out of the Bloodline.
Yeah. If for any reason Brock Lesnar is going to step foot in WWE again,
Oh my God, no, please.
the only acceptable thing is because he's doing something with our truth. I don't want him back in, but if he is, that's it because that's the only time that Brock Lesnar is very entertaining. And it's
You
because he's pissing himself with laughter at our truth.
do you realize what you just said? Think about this contextually. We were talking about our truth winning the WWE championship
Okay,
and
no,
out
I'm
of
not okay with Brock Lesnar beating him. Not okay with that.
every other black male champion, every other one, what has happened when Brock Lesnar's involved?
I retract everything. Please. I don't want that in the universe. Let's vacuum that back up.
The whole time you're talking, like I'm like my eyes are widening with horror because I'm like, oh no.
Do you not know what you're saying? No, I do not. No, I do not.
Okay, I have one last thing to say on our truth, and I've talked about this before, with the podcast that Cody does. The first episode I think was with our truth. You already know what I'm going to say. Like, I want that. I want that. They teased it and Cody made like all the he was trying to like almost build this kind of fake heat, but I was like, they could spin this. They could throw clips of this out there and it would be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to this moment.
Yeah, and I mean, truth now with the edge to him, I mean, he's not the most he will be as a tweener, right? Like that's
Oh yeah, we all love him too much.
yeah. But I would accept tweener versus Cody to make them
Yeah,
both happy.
love it. Oh my God, I'd love that. Okay, last that was my last thing on truth. Now, next one,
Hmm.
Mariah May.
Blake Monroe. Yeah, she's on mine as well.
I fucking forgot that her name was Blake Monroe until you just said that because I still don't like it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I think it's so cool that it's a nod to your niece, right? Her niece is Blake. I want to
Her
say
niece,
niece.
yeah.
Yeah. No, your niece. It's a nod to your niece, Blake.
Yeah. I was like, I don't have a niece named Blake, and also why?
No, no, no. Her niece for sure. But yeah, it's got to be Mariah May. Come on. That'd be such a waste if not. Even though I feel like they're kind of piggybacking off of like the same energy she had at the end of her run in AEW, which I wasn't a fan of. I feel like she is so talented. She could do a million things, and I just don't want her to just be this once again overly sexualized, blah blah blah. Yes, we know Mariah May is one of the most beautiful women on the planet. Uh, God willing, that's my future wife. But that's besides the point. Um, she can do anything. She's so fucking talented. Like she's amazing. So I hope that they play into so many things with her because she can do it all.
Yeah.
She's comedic. She's great in the ring.
She does a good promo.
Cuts a great promo. Yeah, you listen when she speaks because she commands that shit. Heel
Hmm.
face. She can do it all.
Yep. Um, talking about other ones that are kind of like shooting fish on a barrel of the obvious here. Hoping anyway, right? Karrion Cross, and I'm gonna toss in Scarlett too as a bonus.
I can't believe I didn't even think of Carrie, and that's so good. Yes,
Because
yes, yes, yes.
I like Karrion, like he has never been my favorite, but I love Scarlett. I
Okay.
absolutely love her. Um, and talking about beautiful women, like Jesus. But
Hmm.
I also really so I did really like in NXT when he was having his run and like the clock and like that entrance they did and how cool that was. I think the time for that has passed, but I would love for them to bring like the energy from that run into this.
Hmm.
They're more reality based now, I would say. Um, and
I
just like,
feel. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, but yeah, I think it seems like WWE is starting to listen to fans on Karrion Cross. Um, but we'll
I
see.
hope so. I hope so. I also love Karrion Cross. It's a great pick. I have a weird one on here. I threw in Britt Baker because I don't know what's happening to Britt, and I'm being very
Lots of rumors.
lots of rumors, and I just feel, and we might not see anything till the Royal Rumble, right? I know that they tend to like position a lot of things like that, but in my mind, there's something coming with her that I'm just like, it's gotta be.
Could be SummerSlam.
I would love that. I mean, I just feel something with her, even though like you and I have kind of had conversations about like her weight loss and like things like that, and like,
I feel like she's posting more on social media, maybe like gearing up
okay.
or something.
And
But it
I
could
have been
also,
off social media for everybody. This is obviously not everybody needs to know this, but I've been off social media for like a week and a
yeah,
half now.
maybe,
Been
yeah,
a
I think a week and a half.
Yeah, it's been really peaceful. So, yeah. So Sabrina keeps me updated with what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah,
That's right. I am MJ's news source, everyone. You should be very afraid.
I mean, I think my news source has a great rating, really reliable. Got a lot of great things to say about it. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, Britt Baker, I just got a feeling. I've been thinking
I
that for
hope
a
so.
long time. That seeing her walk out on NXT, for example, would be fucking crazy. Obviously, I'd love to see her. I still consider an AEW pillar. Like to me, take Sammy out, put Britt in any day, obviously. And I
Could you
think
just
she never gets that credit she deserves in that regard. So.
I feel like especially with Jade just getting Queen of the Ring, it would be a great time for her to come out and
Mhm.
go right at Jade, honestly.
Jade was another person I was going to put on this list too, but I feel like ever since Jade started, there's been like she's been a fucking freight train. So I almost felt like putting Jade in that slot felt like it's just like continued momentum that she's just built upon. Do you know what I mean?
That's how I felt about Naomi because I thought about putting Naomi on the list. Also, can I
Mhm.
just say Naomi's because you're not seeing it on social media, she has one of those motorized luggage things like
Okay.
she sits on and she just zooms around back. But now she's filming videos of her just being mischievous. Like she stole
Okay.
like a case of what are the C4 energy
Yeah.
drinks, and she
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
took that, put it in her luggage, zipped it up, and like zoomed away as like production guys were like, "That's ours, no!" And she's just like,
Oh my
"That's
God, I
my
love
favorite."
her.
Just watching her like buzz around on that thing, just it's so mischievous in such
Yeah.
the best way. It's like she's bringing raccoon energy in the best way of like, I'm gonna break into your house and I'm adorable and I'm gonna fuck shit up. Your wires are gonna be everywhere. But you can't be that mad because like I'm cute.
Exactly. Oh my God, that's a great comparison. Well, in certain ways. Now that I'm thinking about it, comparing a black
Oh,
person to a raccoon is
raccoon
probably
not
not
great.
great. Now, like
Yeah.
I was like, that is a great, and I thought about, I was like, I know you
Raccoon
obviously,
energy,
yeah.
not the look of a raccoon.
And my like in my naiveness, I was nodding along the entire time, like, oh, she's so adorable. And then when I said thought the word, I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Not
yeah,
that. Not that. That's not the sound clip, people.
yeah. Maybe
Um,
like a little adorable little possum or something. I don't know.
I don't feel like possums are mischievous.
No,
No, and they're so helpful, but they're stinky. She doesn't look stinky.
no. She looks like she smells amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she does.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and so you did Britt Baker.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say go sticking with some AEW women.
Okay, love that.
Ty Mello, who has just returned. I have always really liked her in the ring, and I want
Yeah.
to see her like.
Hmm.
And it was really hard looking at AEW because like their booking is so inconsistent, so it's hard to say, especially with women and like, yeah,
Yeah. I struggled with the same exact thing because I wanted to put so many, when I was trying to look at women to put on this list, I struggled with it because I wanted to balance a little bit of AEW and WWE. And I was like, I put one person from AEW because I just felt like, what
it's
are we? It's like, 'cause I like in my head, I wanted to put Megan Bayne, for example, but like I felt like she's getting like she like her presentation looks sick. Like I feel
mhm.
like it's very like, oh, but what are we gonna do with her? Because I feel like we just take these like badass women and then just fucking do nothing with them, you know?
Yep, we'll see them for 2 weeks and then we won't see them for 2 months.
Yeah. Or they'll just become put in a tag team or thrown in some random fucking
Yeah.
3 minute match or whatever.
Yeah, and Ty, like, yeah, I mean, she's back with Anna Jay, of course.
Hmm.
But hopefully then that means when Harley Cameron's nose has finished healing, like the three of them together, also mischief.
Oh, it would be amazing. I
Yeah.
love that.
So I'm
I
hoping for that.
when I think about like if we want to directly compete with WWE, they've been dropping the ball in the tag team division in general, especially the women's. So why do we not push for a women's belt? Like, love to see TJ as champions. Like, you could push like Megan Bayne and Penelope are fun to watch together. Like, there's so many. Like Penelope, people don't give Penelope Ford the credit she deserves because her AEW run has just been like, what the fuck? Because before that, she was an indie darling. You wanted her on every card. Like every GCW show that she was on, people like fucking went crazy because she's that good.
Well, her pandemic era in AEW was phenomenal.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, she did well during that because it was when they were she was like on every week, I feel like it
Okay.
was her um and Bunny.
Yes.
versus Anna Jay and Ty all the time.
Hmm.
And they had some sick matches. And
Okay.
by sick, I mean some of them I could not watch because they were bloodbaths.
Yeah.
Um, but in general, like I did have a hard time because it was when I was first starting to watch AEW and it was
Okay.
four blonde women in the ring, and I'm like, which one is which?
Oh my God, that's funny.
I was like, this is very difficult.
I love that you pointed that out because that was definitely before my time. And I feel like when I was kind of coming and starting to watch AEW, I'm not gonna say that was the decline of the women's division, but I think that was like the peak of the women's division, and then it just went like, what the fuck are we doing? Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Which I hate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hard hate.
It was like the roster was getting more stacked, but the way they were featured and booked went down.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with that.
insane. Not a woman, but AEW adjacent. This is an interesting pick, but I thought about it because they're actually retiring in January of next year, and that's Tanahashi. So I think
Oh.
that Tony is going to want to feature him pretty prominently.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to speculate about who I think his Forbidden Door opponent will be. Him and Takeshita had a really great match in April at the Windy City show, and I would love a rematch, especially because Takeshita went over in
Mm-hmm.
April. So if Tanahashi kind of gets the lick back on this
Yeah.
at Forbidden Door, I think it would be a really beautiful spectacle because, yeah, Wrestle Kingdom is going to be his last match next January. So,
What a way to go out.
hmm
What a way to go out.
but
Uh,
also Ricochet and Tanahashi, tell me that wouldn't slap so fucking hard.
yeah. Yeah. That would be a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's where my head's been at. So I think that the next 6 months, and it's hard for me to pick because Tanahashi's already like fucking Tanahashi, but I think that the way that he's going to be used in the next 6 months is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. Um, Sticking with AEW, this one I feel this is the only one that I felt confident saying.
Okay.
And it's Kyle Fletcher.
I put Kyle too.
Yeah, because of, and honestly, it's because of the Kyle versus Kyle match and the
That
Kyle
was
chance.
so funny. Like
Yeah.
they did like three different variations of Kyle chants.
Yeah.
Kyle is awesome. We love Kyle. It was like a whole
This
bunch of
is
random.
Kyle.
This is Kyle. Oh my God, I died. That was
Yeah.
so funny.
That crowd, amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher, I think
great.
is yeah.
I
The,
agree.
yeah.
And I'm gonna jump to this one because and this also feels like very low hanging fruit, but I'm gonna say Osprey because I do still think that no matter if Hangman or Mox wins, I think Osprey is gonna win this belt at fucking Forbidden Door. It just makes sense to me. It just makes sense. And I think that we're gonna see a rematch of Kyle and Osprey, and I think it's gonna be a fucking banger. It's gonna continue to elevate Kyle. I don't know. I just have all these thoughts in my head about it, but it feels weird. It feels like a cop out to put Osprey on this list, but I do think that he's getting that belt in the next 6 months. So in my head, further going to elevate Osprey, obviously, in that way.
Yeah. I love how like they've put Osprey in this weird like I'll put this in MJ terms. They've made him like a Libra. He's always there like mediating.
Yeah,
They
that's funny.
they're like, we're writing you as a Libra for the next couple months.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Um,
Yeah, I do feel, and you know what's really funny? I really thought maybe they're waiting to do this. I don't know, but I really thought that they were going to do Swerve and Hangman as a tag team. So seeing Osprey and Swerve is interesting, but it makes sense given their independent like roots and their,
yeah.
they've faced off however many times against each other previously. But yeah, I am still waiting for. I fucking think that Hangman and Swerve are going to take the tag titles off of the Hurt Syndicate. I have this thing in my mind that just that's where I'm stuck. I'm not saying it's going to be tomorrow. Well, tonight. You know what I mean. I'm not saying it's going to be on a different, like on a Dynamite or on the next pay-per-view, anything like that. I obviously not the next pay-per-view, but
Long booking.
exactly. I'm looking at the long game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The last one I have from AEW, and this is more of a hope and a prayer, to be quite frank. It is
Okay.
a tag team. It's Mason Mansoor. I
Okay.
want and think that they should have like like they are money. They are money that they've
Yeah.
just been left on the table. Um,
Hmm.
but those two are also very good about getting like social media up and behind them. And I
Yeah.
think if they're able to do like a bunch of interviews and stuff like that and really garner online support,
Hmm.
we might, I think those belts are in their future
Okay. I
and
love that.
and a steady TV time. Because they're if they get the TV time and like are consistent, like it'll be fine. Like they will skyrocket. I have every faith in that.
Yeah. I love that. That made me think about, I don't know why my mind went to oh, you know what? My mind went to social media and some of their fun like AW games things they do because
Oh
they
yeah.
crack me up on there. And then I thought about how I just saw, 'cause obviously shout out Renee Paquette, love her. Um, she just did an up close with Speedball, Mike Bailey. So I didn't put Speedball on my list because I feel like I don't know how they're gonna play that yet. Because I really do like the book, like the Kevin Knight and him together tag team. I do like their energy together. It's really fun. But I also feel like he
It's a
needs to be
step back for
pushed.
him.
It's an immense step back. I completely, yeah, exactly. And so I couldn't put him on this list because I'm like, I feel like this is positioning him right now on a downward trajectory that I don't agree with booking wise. Like nothing about this makes sense to me. Like I don't know. It's fucking so weird.
Yeah. And that's nothing against Kevin Knight, but it does say something though. They don't, AEW does not book their tag teams very well anymore.
And also, like, we don't build to have these tag teams. We just throw people fucking together. And like
It's like the
Speedball
old
also
WWE booking.
exactly. And Speedball was like thrown in like that random. Remember one of his first weeks there? He was like with Osprey and like all these random people, like some random like I think it was like a four against four match or something like that. I don't know. It was something
Yeah.
weird.
With like
But anyway,
Ricochet.
yeah,
Ricochet was in there. Yeah.
it was so random. But anyway.
Yeah.
I just had to bring that up really quick because I'm glad that they give him that feature with Renee because I'm just like, what are we doing otherwise? I don't know.
hmm Him on RJ's show was great, by the way. If you have not seen him on with
Amazing.
it's so good. It's so
Like,
good.
it's one of my favorite ones because like the way that Speedball just kind of questioned the things he was saying and like hearing him talk about like his identity and things like that. And so and RJ just making all these like they them jokes was so just like sarcastically like tone deaf in a way that was so just oh my God, it was so funny. I love RJ so much.
Yeah. And like also he played well with RJ. Like
Yes.
he's got to be very good at improv, would be my guess.
Yeah. At that which is another reason he should be pushed because can you imagine like the promos and the yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, speaking of people that AEW did not book correctly, Ethan Page is next on my list.
I thought about putting him on mine as well.
But you knew I would.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's got to be Ethan. Come on. At next 6 months, the draft is coming up. Have they told the date for that yet?
I don't think so, but he's definitely, there's been rumors that him and somebody else are going to be added to Seth Rollins' faction.
Yes. And I'll just jump straight to the point because it's Ricky Starks. This is
Yep,
who they
that's
were
the other one.
talking about. So I'll just do two birds, one stone there, cross off my list. Because, yeah, I think Ricky and Ethan are going to get pushed. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Next 6 months is going to be good for them.
So it's looking at like September that they will be doing it, although there have been rumors that it's going to be canceled.
Interesting.
Yeah, but who knows? Um, but yeah, Ethan Page,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree
I
wholeheartedly.
agree. I don't I don't see them pushing Ricky up just yet. I don't know. In my head, I don't, but I think that they're going to push him towards the NXT championship, is what I see in the next 6 months.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Can we just talk about what the fuck's happening with Carmelo Hayes too? Because I was talking about the other day his NXT run and how incredible it was. And just like that man, like positioned himself like a fucking king. He was booked like a king. He seemed unstoppable. And then like,
I feel right now they're doing that thing where like they're keeping him on everyone's minds, like putting him in random spots, and it's like if
mhm.
someone gets hurt, then we're gonna see him get slotted in somewhere. That's what it feels like to me.
Oh, it's just like it's so silly to me. I don't know. So bizarre. But anyway, that's my gripe.
Yeah.
I love I think
Maybe
like
he'll have a John Cena match.
that's someone who should have a John Cena match. I like that. I really like that.
Um, let's see. Oh, someone else who this one seemed very obvious to me, and while they're already having like a great run, I want more for them. Uh,
Mhm.
Miss Chelsea Green.
Love that. That's great. I almost put Chelsea as well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because while she is climbing, I feel like there's still so much that like
Hmm.
in the next 6 months she could really do. I could see
Yeah.
her being positioned as one of the final four in the Royal Rumble. Like if
Hmm.
we, because and I could also see her having one of those moments where she's like, I won, I won, I won. And then she gets like yeeted out.
I want to see her have like a serious push. Like, because her United States run was so hilarious. But I think that obviously everybody loves her.
Hmm.
And I think that her as like an actual like face run, I think would be like awesome.
I think one of the best things about Chelsea's United States run
Hmm.
is um she elevated other women with it.
Yeah.
Um the secret her serve like the what is it? Her service or she serve whatever it is, the
Yes.
secret. Yeah. With that and then like, the people she worked and whatnot, just
Yeah. Chelsea, in an interview, she had said this too, where she's like, I will always make myself the butt of the joke comedically and never to elevate others. And I'm
yeah.
just like perfectly executed in what she does. I just don't want her to get slotted into the same thing that they did with R-Truth, where it's like he's just the funny guy, and then the WWE universe needs to fucking be like, no, we love him. However, just give us him, like give us that push,
I consider her more of a Miz, honestly. Like I could see her
Okay.
winding up in more of a Miz role.
But I think that with that too, there's times where we take the Miz very serious, and there's times where he's
Mhm.
just fucking annoying. And
Oh yeah.
like that's exactly what I want for Chelsea.
Hmm. Yeah, if I was going to compare her to a male superstar, it would be Miz. Um, and I think she might have said before that that's who like she wants to kind of be like. So it might also be her power of suggestion putting that in my brain.
I love that. And I think that's funny that even if you hadn't heard her say that, your love of the Miz, that speaks volumes for what you want for Chelsea?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Miz.
Yeah. Um,
Take me on that internet.
I am going with Athena.
She was one I thought about as well.
I just feel like with this, it's time. She needs to get the next push up and she needs to be elevated. You're not gonna like this. I think that Monet is winning at All In. I know this is not the prediction show for that, but I think it's happening. And the only person that Monet would have lost the TBS title to, she had said, would have been Athena.
Yeah.
They were going to run that back. That match was so good. Their chemistry is great. I don't think I know Athena is like one of the greatest talents walking this earth right now, male or female. Like she holds her own in every sense of the word. Um, it's time. She needs and what are we doing with Billy Starks? Because I was tempted to put Billy on this list, but it's like I feel like Billy and Nick Wayne both like had all of this promise and momentum behind them, and they've just not been utilized in a way that I understand that Nick has a belt right now, but for me, I'm just like, it's not the same as the push that both of these talents deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um, I feel like Athena is um with the Ring of Honor at this moment.
yeah. That's the only reason people watch.
Hmm.
And a lot of people don't watch, and it has nothing to do with her. It's because there's nothing else but Athena
Yeah.
as the draw right
And
now.
the downside to that is I think I think Tony recognizes that and is going to be very hesitant
Yeah.
to do anything else with her because of that.
I mean, AEW is not making her these graphics. She keeps making her own or somebody's making these graphics where she's like this many days, and you know that that's coming from like her like hiring a designer or like you know what I mean? It's like she's making herself more and more relevant all the time without, I'm assuming, without any support.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah. So Athena forever,
Yes.
forever champ. But
Yeah.
let's make it a different promotion, please.
Yeah. Yeah. One that people watch. Um, this one also felt like cheating a little bit. It's
Hmm.
Jacob Fatu
Yeah, that's
because
a good one though.
he's clearly like he's on the rise. One of my friends actually messaged me and she was like, "Why do I find this man sexually attractive?" And I was like, "Perhaps it's his eyebrows that he does that weird shit to, or the little dance he does."
I think he has that healthy level of masculinity. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like providing father. You know what I mean? Like he has that about like this as when you watch him in the ring too, he's this really cool combination of like a grounded fighter type with like the way he moves. He doesn't move like a big man like he is. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And when people are like that, there's like a smoothness and a seamlessness to their wrestling that is just like crisp. I love him.
Yep. Not sexually attracted to him, but I enjoy his in-ring work.
I
But yeah, I mean, he's clearly like, phew.
How many more do you have left, lady, on your list?
Um, I have
I,
one.
okay.
Oh, you.
I feel torn because I don't know what they're gonna do. But is Dom officially injured? Because I heard that that wasn't a fucking. I heard that wasn't fake. I heard that
Oh,
he actually did get injured. So I'm so like confused now on what's real and what's not. And fucking as is wrestling, I guess.
yeah. No idea.
Um, I I still feel like Roxanne's getting a push, but I feel like this thing with Liv and Dom with like obviously Liv is injured. She just had surgery.
Yeah.
Like really hoping that she gets a speedy recovery. Um, but yeah, that if Dom's not injured, we can really like amplify that more with that rift more and push Roxanne and feature Roxanne more in that way.
Well, I feel like, I mean, Dom has still been on TV.
Okay. And I have not watched Raw this week, so I don't even know.
Yeah, he's still on TV. He's still there.
Hmm.
So that's not, it's not slowing that down. Um,
Was Roxanne featured with him on Monday
yes.
or no?
So do you mind a spoiler?
No, not at all.
Judgment Day won the tag titles. So there's been like photos of all
I
of them
did hear that. I did hear that.
celebrating and with Roxanne holding up a title too, saying like, "Miss you, Liv. Wish you were here," or something like that. But
She said that
like,
like into the camera or what?
no, like it was the tag on the photo from Finn, but like they're all smiling. Like there is not
Got
a
it. Okay.
hint that Liv is missed. Maybe with Raquel's face, maybe because she's got
Yeah.
the tough baddie look. But like Roxanne, of course, is close up with Dom. Like, yeah,
Okay. That
yeah.
makes me feel better about my prediction to say Roxanne then. I'm glad you said that. And I saw something this morning about them being tag team champions. I thought it was an old like post, and I was like, oh, you're not post, but I saw what was I looking at where it said something about tag like current maybe I was looking up current tag team champions in wrestling. There was something about tag team wrestling I was looking at, but I saw those two listed and I was like, the Judgment Day, that's old, you know?
Yep. Nope. 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 Nope.
So is it Finn and JD?
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Mentor and mentee.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Um, well, I think it's fitting then that my last one is Julia.
I almost said Julia. Yeah.
The three women who just like were called up, I think they're clearly doing stuff with all of them. I mean, Julia just won the US title.
Hmm.
Yeah. And people love her. I think she's I think she's probably going to have a really good run with this title.
Hmm.
I could see her holding it for a while.
I love that. That's great.
All right.
Yay. I think we got some solid picks.
Yeah. They're all
We're gonna
fired tomorrow. No.
if oh God, if Stephanie wins the Royal Rumble, we gotta take that clip.
Oh yeah. Boom.
That would be crazy. But 6 months is such a fucking long time. Anything could change in a month. Wrestling, things change all the time.
Things change, people get injured.
I know.
Not that we're wishing any of that on anyone,
No. Awful.
except Logan Paul. Break your fucking leg.
On that note, in the name of our Lord and Savior,
Willow Nightingale.
filled with power,
Power of voodoo. Hoodoo. You do.
nothing matters. Smile anyway.